Hello, it's been a while. Okay, so I have my coffee. Yes. Oh my God. I'm going to attempt a smoky eye. And I do messy smoky eye. I'm old. 54. I'm going to be 55. I've got all the saggy skin, all the hooded eyes. I have all of it, but I still love the way smoky eye look. Not even because I have anywhere to go that I would need one. I just think it's fun. I like the way it looks, and I'm hoping to still be able to do it as my eyes continue to age. I think it's a cool look. So that is what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is try to decide. I think I'm going to do I live by the train. I think I'm going to do a cool toned smoky eye. So it doesn't even really matter what products I'm going to use. I'm going to fail. I'm going to succeed. And if you want to watch me do all that, keep watching. Okay. So let me just first organize all my shit that I have in front of me. I'm going to pick out what brushes I know that I'm going to be using and what palettes I'm going to be using. I'm going to start probably using an oldie, but a goodie that you can't even get anymore. This one has so many good. It's really the only palette I have with lots of different cool toned, like the grays. I'm definitely going to use that. Obviously, I love that one. I don't know. I'm not so into the warm tones. I'm going to get into that later, but for now, I'm just going to do whatever. And I'm going to start with the eyes. Do I need to? I'm not even going to use a primer. I'm not going to prime. I'm not going to do anything. I am going to do the rest of my face too, so after the eye. So I'm going to moisturize now. Let that soak in while I work on the eyes. I don't even care what moisturizer I use. You know, everybody talks so much about this Road glazing milk, and I don't get it. I'm still trying to figure out what all the hype is about, because I don't really think it does anything. But I'm gonna use it anyway because I have it. I probably should have put this on first. I heard somebody say you'd use the thinner, you know, the thinner products before you put the thick ones on. And this is definitely the thinnest. It's more serum-y. I don't understand what the big deal is about this. Why people love it so much, but I'm gonna use it. Okay. Another thing I'm gonna do first before I start the eye is I wanna hide this sunspot. And in order to do that, I need to let the concealer sit on it for for a really long time, and cover that up there. I'm gonna let that sit on my face, kind of blend out the edges a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna let that sit on my face, blend it out later, but I want that to dry down, and it takes forever. Okay. The thing I hate about doing these videos is having to look at myself. Having to look at myself is super annoying. What did I just drop? Oh. I got this. Does anybody know the brand Face Stockholm? I don't know why I bought it. I do, it's funny. It used to be, it's kind of this indie boutique brand of makeup that used to be feel kind of high end. Doesn't anymore though. The packaging feels really flimsy. You know, now the high end makeup is so luxurious feeling, heavy feeling, expensive feeling. This used to have that kind of vibe. It doesn't anymore. I keep getting emails. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my phone, which is over there. I'm filming on my iPad over here, but nobody gives a shit. Let me just start this business already. Let me get this. Use these to clean with. I'm gonna see if I can do this so quick and so messy. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with the black. I'm gonna go in with the black, and I'm just gonna put the sparklies over the top. I really like a matte smoky eye, but today is gonna be, I think, I don't know, we'll just see where it goes. We'll just see where it goes. I don't think I've ever done it this way, where I just go right in with my finger. Go right in, and let's clean this up. This is why I do the base last, especially when I'm experimenting like this. Okay. Now I've thrown some black on, super messy. I'm gonna blend that out. But I'm going to use something else to blend it out. I'm not gonna use black. I'm going to use, I think I will use this cool toned brown. Using this one. Or did I probably, I should use this one. Whatever, too late. I'm using that kind of coolish tone brown to blend it out. Just gotta go in here a little bit. It's a good thing I like it messy. I think I have no choice but to like it messy. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean this up later, so that's fine. I want to get this kind of blown out anyway, right? I'm gonna use something a little smaller so that I can kind of clean up whatever I did on whatever's happening on that inner corner. Maybe pack some more of this on. I'm packing more of the black on using a brush now. I know that finger thing is too messy, especially if I'm gonna be wanting to clean up the corners a little bit. But I do want to deepen it up over here. Kind of cleaning things up over here a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna go completely blown out. Completely blown out. Wiping off my brush because I'm gonna use the same brush. Go for a little bit different color. I think I'm gonna go with this one here. I went from here to here. Now I'm going to here. Should I do that? Yeah, should use that. That's too in the way. See, I'm not going to be doing this forever. I just want to do something quick, messy. I think that, you know, when you've got skin of a 50-year-old, it's going to look messy anyway. You know, when you've got hooded eyes, it's just going to look messy anyway. So I just want to embrace the mess. I'm going to embrace the mess. And do what I can with it. Okay, now I'm going to use some liner in Waterline. Which one? Part of being old is having to use this. So this is the Urban Decay 24/7. This is in Smoke. It's kind of like a cool toned brown. I want black. Here we go. Urban Decay 0. This is black. Blackety black. Do I need to sharpen it? I do. Okay. Now, let's see how we do here. This little mirror. I'm going to go across the top, my lash line, just to make sure there's no skin showing in there. No, I don't want any skin. I'm going to wing it out a little bit. And now I'm just going to close my eyes and go poop, poop, poop. So I get bottom and top all at the same time. There we go. Now the bottom, bring it up this way. Didn't get enough of that inner quarter. Make sure it all gets in there. No skin. I feel like that's one of the things that make eyes look really old, is when you see the waterline, especially the top of the waterline under the top of the lashes. When you can see that pale skin there, to me, I think that's what makes eyes look. It ages people. This just feels wrong. Make sure I get that inner corner. Little eye boogie out of there. No eye boogies allowed. One thing that I love about doing it this way is that once it starts out looking like complete and total mess. But then when I start cleaning up the face a little bit, all of a sudden, because you're cleaning the face, it starts looking like, oh, wait a minute. It's all coming together here. Whereas if I start with the face and then do the eye, you don't get that kind of like, whoa moment, you know, that you do when you do the eyes first and then clean it up. Okay, I'm going to go here and see if I can kind of smoke this out a little bit. Although I'm going to go down there again after my face. I also hate mascara, by the way. I don't do lashes. I don't do mascara. Really, I have no lashes anyway. What's the point? And I've tried, lash serums. First of all, I don't have the stick with itness to remember to do it like I should. And second of all, actually one time I did actually stick with it. I think for maybe it was like 3 months, every morning and night, putting on the lash serum every morning and night. And I did see some change, small changes in my lashes going in with the dark brown. But nothing significant. It's kind of like, why go through all the trouble? It's eyelashes, you know? It's fucking eyelashes. With everything going on in the world, I'm going to be over here worrying about eyelashes? No. No. I'm sure this is dark again. I don't know if I'm going to do any of the glitter, but you know what? I think I should, because it's so, if this was a little bit cleaner, then maybe I wouldn't feel the need to throw some sparkly shit in there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let me see what's happening over here. Let's see if I can make something happen with my eyebrows. That might help. Help things along a little bit. I can make something, give a little bit more shape to my eyebrows, especially the outer tail. Okay, that's a little, makes things a little bit neater. Okay. For now, well, let me see if I can, I do want to try to blow this out a little bit more. Use the lighter brown again and just try to make this a little bit more cohesive. I don't even know if that's the word I'm looking for. I do think I need to deepen up, because my skin is hooded like that. Look, I'm looking straight forward. I need to bring the black higher up. Excuse me. Hold, please. Bring. What purpose do I have? I'm looking for a kind of a tighter, more compact little brush. Can I try this? Yeah, let's try this. Okay. I want the black to come up here on top of my hood so that you can actually see all the work that I've done. So that you can actually see that I have a smoky eye. Have to bring it up over the hood. Now let's try to blend that out a little bit. Blend it into the brown. I was watching somebody, what I did here was I went dark to light, right? I started with the black. Often I see people start with the lighter color and then build it up. But since I knew it was going to be completely messy, that's kind of the point. it seemed to make sense to just start with the black. That is so much better because now my skin is hanging over, but you can still see that I've got the smoky eye here. See how much better this one looks than this? Okay, let's do that shit on the other side. Gotta go up over the hooded area so that you can see it. Right? Know what I'm saying? Blend that. Blendy blend. Blendy blend. Looking at my phone, my emails. Going in the latest one again. See if I can call it that. A little more cohesive. Maybe this isn't as quick as I thought it was going to be. But if I'd started out creating the right shape over my hood, which I still need more, I want to get it above here a little bit. There we go. If I'd started out that way, it would have been a lot quicker. My whole thing is kind of just embrace the mess, right? I'm not a makeup artist, obviously, in case you couldn't tell. Just embrace the mess a little bit here. Okay. Let's clean this up a little bit and see what we're going to do with the face. Okay. Now, this is definitely dried, right? This covering up of that spot. So, I do not like full coverage anything. I don't like cake face. No, I don't feel like at my age that is the thing I want to do, but I do want to have like be a little bit cleaned up with this messy eye. It has to look intentional. I don't want to just look like some crazy sea hag that just, you know, went out last night and woke up like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using the Auric, I think it's the Glow Lust, and doesn't even matter. Citrine. That's what I thought. Just using a tiny bit. And take my, that was rude. Take my brush here, load the brush up. And we'll start down here. I don't worry about forehead too much because my hair is covering that anyway for the most part. This is fun. I can do this all day, this part. Do this all day. I'm just kind of pushing it into the skin here because I don't want to move around that that concealer that I covered up my sunspot with. My face is way darker than my neck. My neck is always so pale. My body is not pale, but my neck is crazy pale. I actually got quite a bit of sun this summer, a little too much. Went to Sicily with my daughter. We rented a car and drove across all of Sicily, from Taormina to Ragusa to Castellammare del Golfo to Scopello. Went to Palermo, which was my favorite. And then we flew to Barcelona. And so I was in the sun quite a bit. So my body, what I'm trying to say, is way tanner than my neck. But you can't tell because obvious reasons. Okay. Did that. Now, I'm going to go. I have the Kosas and e.l.f. I actually like the e.l.f. way better than any of the higher end concealers that I have. I have Lancome. I think I need to mix these two. I think actually I need to mix those two. Or maybe even just this. I don't know. I do want a little bit lighter to get into these little cracks right here. And look, my sunspot is already coming through. I want to lighten it up around here a little bit. Right in there, just for some symmetry. I'm going to do under my eyes last. Let's push this in. See if this helps with the darkness. See if this helps. My hair is looking insane today. Okay. Now, I'm just going to put some here and see what happens here. I'm not going to go right up to it. I have an itch. Oh my God. It's my hair. Has that been there this whole time? Probably. Excuse you. All right. I'm going to go in here a little bit, soften that up. Scary. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit. My hair, please. Stop looking so crazy. It's like throwing me off over here. Okay, let's do a little contour under the lip with the Cupid's bow. Okay. Brush. Again, forehead doesn't matter so much. Tiny bit of bronzer. Fix this neck. The ear. This is the Vive bronzer. If anyone's interested. Let me not get to the rest of my body. I'm not gonna do any blush or anything else. Like. I think I'm just gonna do maybe a teensy bit of blush since I'm not gonna be doing any real lip. The thing I hate about these Rhode Pocket blushes is that it's freaking hard to open. I really only like the way the finish of this looks when I use my finger. Somehow when I use a brush, it loses like the balminess of it, which is what I really love about those blushes. Okay. I think I want to go a little bit harder with the nose contour. Use a little bit of a darker bronze. It's the Christian Dior. Oh, hair or something. Face. Bit of a gobble neck over there. Okay. Now, because my eye is so messy, I'm gonna sparkle it up a little bit. For that, I'm gonna go back into this palette and use one of these. I'm gonna use that. Finger is the best. Go up, just kind of going in the center of my lid. I think I'm gonna do the bottom, and then on the bottom of my lid. Should I spray this? I don't know. Right in the center. I do not like the way inner corner highlight looks on me. What do I think? I think I want to sharpen some things up. I don't know what's with me in the nose contour, why it's not contouring. I'm going to try going with the pencil. Now, I don't know. So you know what I'm going to do to kind of fix the craziness of all of that? Freckles. Freckles hides all the crazy shit It also makes it look like you're wearing less makeup. Because how could these freckles be showing through if it was tons of makeup? I'm gonna put them everywhere. This pen is kind of drying out. Otherwise, I would be dabbing it with my finger, but it's already light. It's already so light. Yeah, I like contouring with my freckle pen. I need to remind myself of that. It's the most natural way to make it look, in my opinion. Freckle there, dark one, because I have one anyway. Hi, Mom. My mom isn't physically here anymore, but doing freckles reminds me of my mom. She was a redhead, freckle-faced redhead. Oops. Okay. Oh, lips. See, I don't even think about lips. There's really only one lip liner that I like on me. And the next one I need to do, the next time I do Smokey, I need to do it with this. I always forget I have this. It's the Victoria Beckham, the navy. Okay, where's my cork? MAC cork. Here it is. It's the only lip liner I can bother with. Okay. I'm just going to do this. It's a balm. It's the, and look, it's almost out. It's a Sarah Creole. I think it's called The Adults Are Talking. I love it. It's insanely expensive though. And this is an energetic. Yeah, The Adults Are Talking. The color is energetic. Yeah, good enough. Okay. So there is the smoky eye on my old lady's skin. I like it. Peace.